so the court did establish that Janet Lim Napoles and Richard Cambe were guilty, and they established that Mr. Cambe, specifically who is a former chief of staff, if I'm not mistaken, is ultimately the one guilty on the side of Senator Revilla's office. That was the finding of the Sandigan Bayan. But was that the narrative, and is that the narrative of Mr. Revilla and his counsel as well, that it was Mr. Cambe who was responsible for this?
No, we did not say that. We did not say that. When the good senator, the former senator, took the witness stand, he did not say that. What the senator simply said was that all the documents showing his signature or purported signature were not signed by him. And even the endorsement that was very critical about the project was not signed by him. And this was somehow corroborated by the testimonies of the three whistleblowers who testified that the signatures were actually affixed by Mr. Ben Hurluy.
Okay, in the meantime, how does Senator Revilla take this now? How does he now take stock, and how does he move forward on the finding of the Sandigan Bayan that his former chief of staff is the one that is guilty of conniving with Janet Lim Napoles? Will he defend Cambe, or will he proceed from the assumption that it was his chief of staff that was stealing money from the public?
No. Let's put it this way. They work together, and in fact, up to from what I heard, I am not so sure who said it earlier in court. I heard that for all intents and purposes, Richard is actually still an employee of the senator. I don't know in what capacity. Because they are no longer in public office, both of them. But be that as it may, the understanding I surmised is that the good senator will get appropriate legal representation for Richard Cambe to help him, because it was the wife who, of course, did not take the verdict of conviction very well, because the wife was somehow hysterical when the verdict was read against Richard Cambe.